Hey guys, it's Julia here and welcome back to my channel. Today we are building a house. What a surprise. But it's kind of a special house because, well, special, it's British. That's what I'm trying to say here. And it's actually two houses, so yeah. But we're only furnishing one in this build because I'm just a little bit in a hurry and the video is already pretty long and I don't know, I didn't want to have like an hour video on my channel and that's why I only furnished the left side. Yeah, I only furnished the left side, so yeah. Just some facts to the house, I guess, or about the house. Sometimes, well, okay. It has, I think it has three bedrooms, so it can fit like two children with two parents in there, or you can. Well, the bedrooms are not that big, so you probably can't fit two children in one. But well, maybe you're able to. I wasn't, so yeah. And it has one bathroom, a living room, a dining room, a kitchen, and a hallway. I think, yeah, that's it basically. And we have a garden, which is really nice. I think it's my favorite garden. Like I've never built a garden that is that pretty, but yeah, I really like it. So I hope you enjoy the build. Yeah, and I'm just going to start talking about my day. I guess. Well, not this day actually, because I've been talking a lot about our neighbors recently that just moved in on Saturday, and I was talking to the girl, like the friend of mine that I was talking about, and she was like telling me that she loved The Fault in Our Stars. Like she watched the movie and she really liked it. And I was like, well, I have the book and I'm going to borrow it to her. She's going to borrow it from me. That's what I was trying to say. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like I should read this book again because I've read it like when it came out and I cried like a baby. And this is seriously one of the favorite movies and books I've ever seen or read, however you want to say it. And I just think that it's such a good book. If you haven't read it, you should. And I'm really trying to read a lot more. So maybe I will actually start reading it again. But currently, I have a book from another friend of mine that I'm reading, and I'm not really sure how it's called, like After the Summer or something like that. And it's quite nice. I really like it. I haven't read that much of it yet. I just started yesterday, but I feel like it's a good book. Like it could be a good book. So yeah. Also, a topic that has come up the last few days is my birthday because I'm turning 20 in November, which is like in a month. So I'm excited. Like, I'm not going to be a teenager anymore, which is kind of sad. Like, I feel old. Help me. But actually, this year, I do know what I want for my birthday. And this is like really rare. Usually, I'm like, I don't know, just give me money or something like that. It's just, I don't know. But this time I know what I'm wishing for, so I feel like it's going to be great. Also, I want to celebrate it this year because I did not celebrate my 18th birthday, which is kind of sad because I became an adult and I didn't celebrate it. So, well, I did celebrate like really small, like we were watching a movie, but that was it. So, yeah, I might consider celebrating my 20th birthday a little bit bigger, but I'm not too sure about it yet. Oh, also, I want to say thank you for my 10 subscribers. I know for some people it's like, it's only 10 subscribers. What are you talking about? But I was really excited when I found it out this morning. Like, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So, yeah, thank you. Okay. I'm not really sure what I should say about it. Like, I'm just really grateful for this. I mean, I've only started YouTube like 3 weeks ago or something like that. And I feel like there are a lot of simmers out there or sim YouTubers, and I feel appreciated that you decided to subscribe to my channel and watch my videos because I'm just a little being that has like, I don't know, I'm not a big YouTuber, you know what I'm trying to say, and you still decided to subscribe to my channel, and that's nice. Like, thank you, really. Thank you a lot. So yeah. Talking about, well, this has nothing to do with 10 subscribers. Like yesterday, I went shopping basically, and I finally got myself a weekly planner for 2018 because I feel like my bullet journal is like overwhelmed by YouTube. It's just like, it's just all YouTube, and I need something for my uni things, I guess. So that's why I decided to get like one for my wall, like I can hang it up there, and it's also like weekly. And most of the calendars that you can put on walls are like monthly, and I don't know, I don't keep up with them. So I hope this weekly planner will work out nicely. So yeah. Also, I think that that I said in the video that isn't up yet because it broke, that I was going to do like a little series of talking about things that happened to me in school since I'm going to start uni really soon, and like it's just like a throwback to school things that happened to me that weren't that nice, I guess. Maybe some things that were funny, I don't know, but you know what I mean. But I did not upload this video yet because, as I already said, it broke, which is sad. Like, I put a lot of work in this. I think that's actually the video I put the most of my work into it, and it just broke. So thanks at this point to my editing software. But anyways, I'm just going to talk about some stories from school that I just remembered like 10 minutes ago. So yeah. So most of those stories are like about people that betrayed me, I would say. Like, I'm not friends with them anymore, I guess. Most of them, I think, at least. Yeah. Yeah, so okay, I'm just going to start with the first story I have written down because I did write down some notes because this video is 30 minutes long, and I'm just, I don't know, I can't talk for that long. I would just forget what I was trying to talk about, and yeah, so I wrote it down. So if I just don't say anything for like a few seconds, I'm probably reading my notes. So yeah. All right, so the first story I want to talk about is actually one of my friends. We're going to call her Sharon again because this is just going to be a thing from now on. All the girls that turned out to be not that good friends are going to be Sharon. So yeah. So I have known Sharon for, I think, 15 years, maybe longer. I don't know. I've known her for a long, long time, and we've always kind of had like a friendship that was on and off. Like, she has a best friend, and whenever they would fight, I became her new best friend. And as soon as they kind of got along again, I was like, okay, all right. So yeah, that's basically the story behind this girl. And at one point, we were pretty close. Like, it was in 12th or 11th. I think it was 11th grade. So we were really close. Like, she basically completely forgot about the other girl and became really close with me. And I didn't know what to think about it because I knew that she would casually drop me when the other girl would come back, basically. So I was kind of careful already. But around Christmas, I was in a really bad place. Like, the last 2 years of my school were not that funny for me. Like, different topic. But I was in a really dark and bad place, so I kind of stopped talking to her in school. Like, we were sitting next to each other, and well, I wasn't like not talking to her, but it was like quieter, more quiet than usual, I guess. And I was just not feeling good, and I don't know. And she was like, "What's going on? Come on, talk about it." And I was like, "No, I really don't want to talk about it right now." And then she kind of started like throwing paper at me, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, "Yeah, just I don't know." And I was like, "Could you please leave me alone? Like, I'm really not feeling good." And she just dropped me because I was not feeling good. Like, she was just like, "All right," and then well, I'm really excited about the story. Like, she stopped talking to me. Like, I was like, "What the heck?" Like, we were friends. We were friends for, I think, like 8 months at that point, and I don't know. It was so weird. Like, I was like, I'm really not feeling good, and I just don't want to talk about it right now. And she just decided to drop me. And I was like, this is a joke, right? But well, we didn't talk for quite a while then because I was feeling so bad. I couldn't even bother because I was just so busy with myself and trying to get better. And at some point I was like, well, maybe I should talk to her. And she was like, well, you started being weird, and so I stopped talking. I was like, well, why didn't you ask again? Like, why didn't you realize that something was wrong? And I'm like, I was so not myself. She did realize it, but she just couldn't be bothered to ask me again or kind of be like, well, you know what, it's alright if you don't want to talk right now, but if you want to talk, I'm here for you and things like that. But she did not, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like a good friend should be doing this. But anyways, so we kind of became friends again. I don't know if we were actually friends, but it was alright. Like I was talking to her and it was fine. I mean, we were sitting next to each other. We couldn't like really avoid each other, and I don't think that that's actually what I wanted. Like I was, how do you say it? Like we, it wasn't like it used to be, and but we were going along, I guess. So yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I really don't talk to her anymore because I finished school. I didn't drop out like 1 year ago. Actually, exactly. No, not exactly. Over a year ago. And since then, we did not really talk anymore. So, yeah, what a great friendship. But we also had some fun times. Like, now I'm going to talk about my teachers a little bit because I have some teachers that are like, why? You look at them and you think like, why are you acting like that? I don't understand. And yeah, so I was sitting next to Sharon in English, and we had actually like a really nice teacher. Like I liked her a lot. Well, in the beginning I did not actually. I hated her in the beginning because I feel like she was just a bit childish. We were like about 17 and she was acting like we're 10. Like I don't know. I feel like it was a little bit weird, but in the end I really liked her. She was a great teacher. But in the beginning, when I was like unsure about her, she kind of I don't know if she realized that I didn't like her that much, but it was kind of unfair what she did because she was like, Julia, I'm going to ask you some questions about the topic and I'm going to create this. So I was like, all right. And she started asking me questions about the topic from the last lesson. And I was like staring. It was like a map. I remember, like, I think it was a map of England, and she wanted me to name the different, some different cities, I guess. I don't know. But the thing was, she said the day before, you don't have to copy it, I will mail it to you. And she did not mail it, so I wasn't able to study anything for it. And I was so mad because English was like my best subject. So I wanted to be good in it, obviously, because school wasn't like my favorite thing, but English was kind of like rescuing me at the end of the year. And I was just like about to start with like a bad grade, and I was like kind of, I don't know, I didn't know the answers, obviously. I was just like trying to do the best out of it, to make the best out of it, sorry. And after the lesson, I went to her and I was like, well, you told us you would mail it to us and you didn't. And she was like, didn't I? And I was like, no, you did not. And she was like, oh, yeah. So, and I was like, well, it's kind of unfair, isn't it? And she was, I don't know, she was like, yeah, you're right. But I'm going to give you like a better grade. But it wasn't like that it was just like a little bit better. It was not like a great grade. And I don't know, I just feel like that's so unfair. Like, why would you do that? Like she admitted that she did something wrong, that she forgot it, and I wasn't able to study it. And she was like, well, I'm going to create it anyways. And I was like, why? So I basically hated her from there on. But I don't actually remember why I started liking her. Maybe I forgot at some point that she did this to me. But anyway, so another teacher I want to talk about was my math teacher in 12th grade and 11th grade. Like, please. He was like I don't want to say horrible because I think he as a person was like really nice, but I did not like his way of teaching at all. Like he would tell like maybe you need a little bit of backstory because I'm not really good at math. Like I'm not gonna lie, I was really bad at it. Like I was kind of afraid of failing my finals because of this. But yeah, and he knew. Like I talked to him like from the beginning of 11th grade. And oh, in case you didn't know, like 11th and 12th grade are really important for your finals. So that's why I talked to him in the beginning, and I was like, well, I'm not really good at math. Like I need you to help me. I need you to be like honest to me if things are getting worse and things like that. So we talked, and he was like, yeah, all right. And then he would just casually, in front of all the other students, be like, well, Julia, I'm not sure how you're going to make it through your finals. And I was like, thank you, I guess. Like, I wasn't even that bad in that test. Like, I think I had like 3 points. I mean, that is bad, but it could be worse. Like, I think it's like an F, I guess. I'm not even sure. No, I think it's an E. It should be an E. So, yeah, that happened. And he kept doing it. Like, he was like, embarrassing me in front of the whole class. Like, why would you do that? Why would you be like, well, you're so bad in math. Like, how are you going to make it through your finals? And everyone was looking at me, and I was like, I don't know. I thought you would help me, and it was kind of horrible. And he did this a lot. Like, a lot of people were like, what's going on? Why is he saying this? And I was like, I have no idea. I also think like he probably thought that I was lazy. I just couldn't do it. Like seriously, math, I hated it. I couldn't do it. I was just but in the end I made it. I actually got like 2 points out of 15, which is not good, but it's more than I expected. I was like, I need 1 point and that's all I need to pass. So I was pleased that I actually managed to get two, so that was fun. Yeah, but this math teacher was kind of, I don't know. I kind of felt like he didn't really care anymore because he was going to stop teaching when we were done with school, and he was like, "Well, you're my last class, so I'm just going to, I don't know, stop caring, I guess." I mean, he was a nice person when if you talk to him like, yeah, if you talk to him outside of school, I would say, but he was like a weird teacher. Like he was like, those older teachers that are just like, no, thank you. So yeah, that was nice. And also, why did I say nice that weirdly? Anyways, another teacher I want to talk about was my Spanish teacher. I am not able to speak Spanish at all. Like I'm not sure how I managed to get through Spanish because I was so bad. Like I think I was even worse than in math, but Spanish was like horrible, and my teacher was like, she literally did not care about anything. If she would be like, well, I'm not feeling like teaching, like we're going outside and sitting somewhere and then we can talk a little bit Spanish. And this was like ridiculous. Why would you do that? I wasn't able to speak Spanish. Why would you be like, well, we're just going to go outside and talk Spanish? Like, I'm not going to learn anything if I don't understand it. But anyway, so we had an exam in Spanish, and the teacher was ill, so she sent in a physics teacher that I also know, and I don't know, he's kind of he's not meant to be a teacher. That's what I would say. Like he tries his best, but his personality doesn't fit his job, I would say. But anyways, he was like looking over us and watching us so that we wouldn't cheat and things like that. And I had no clue in Spanish. I think my grade didn't even matter that much anymore. So I also did not study that much for this test. And he was like watching me. I don't know why, probably because he knew me, I guess. And I was trying to copy a little bit. So whoopsie whoopsie. But I tried, and he was like, he did not catch me, although he was watching me all the time and I was copying, and he came over and he like turned over the paper of the friend that I was copying from. And then he kept watching me. He wanted me to react in some way. I don't know if he wanted me to start crying or anything, because why would I do that? Like, I'm not going to be like, oh no, please turn it over again. I was cheating. Like, who would do that? So he was standing in front of me. Like, I'm talking like 50 centimeters maybe, and staring at me. And I hate it when teachers do this. When teachers look at your exams or at your tests and just watch you. I hate it. Like, seriously, why? Do you go away, please? So he was watching me, as I already said, and I kind of like scribbled something down so he would think that I was doing something. And then I just stared out of the window because I knew that this test was not going to end well. And I kind of gave up because I didn't knew anything. Like, I wrote down everything I knew and I was done after like 5 minutes. And he was walking around because he had to watch the other students as well. And he came back and I guess he caught me looking out the window a lot, and he was like, well, don't you want to write something down? And I was like, well, I don't know anything. Like, I didn't even understand the questions because they were written down in Spanish and I did not understand them. So that was fun. And he couldn't help me, obviously, because he did not speak Spanish either. And yeah, he kept asking me why I don't write. And I was like, always like, I don't know anything. I can't write anything down. And at some point, like, the exam was over and we were leaving the classroom, and he was running after me like, Julia, what, did you remember something? Like, could you write something down? I was like, no, I don't know. I mean, it was kind of nice of him to be like worried about me, but why did you turn over the other paper if you're that worried about me? Just let me cheat, please. But anyways, I'm out of school, so I don't really care anymore. But this was like, it was super weird because he was watching me like, it wasn't like in a creepy way, not like that, but he was just like watching me a little bit too much. Like, the other students were probably able to cheat without him noticing because he was just like so, he was just watching me. But anyways, that was a nice thing. And also the same physics teacher, I used to visit the classes of my boyfriend at some point, mostly just physics, I think. Like, once I went into religion with him, but I think only physics. So I went there and it was the same teacher that I had in Spanish. That's why he knew me. And they were like going to, where were they going? I'm not sure how you say it in English. It's like you go there and you sit down and you can watch the universe, I guess. Like, it's called a planetarium. Maybe it's the same in English. I don't know. And they were going there, and it was actually only for physics. And I was like, could I go there as well? Like, I talked to him after school because I did not feel like going to my classes, and so I talked to him, and he was like, well, why do you want to go? And I was like, well, I like stars. And he said, okay, all right. And I was like, okay. I would have never thought that it worked. Like, why on earth is it a reason to be like, I like stars, for him to like excuse me from all my other classes? Like, I did not have physics, just to clear this. Like, why would he do this? But I enjoyed it. Like, I mean, I fell asleep, but it was nice. I really liked it, so that was great. Yeah, that was nice. And also, talking about physics, the math teacher I was talking about earlier also is a physics teacher. So when I still had physics in 10th grade, I think, I had him, and we were taking an exam, and this was like, the whole class was laughing at this. Like, why would you do this? But all right, I'm just going to tell the story. So we were taking an exam, and he was like walking around the classroom, checking everyone, and he just stopped at this one boy. And he was like, well, like, we were taking the exam, like, we were in the middle of an exam. He was like, well, have you thought of dropping out? I mean, you're not good anyway, so you could go to this other school. And we were all like, he did not just do that. Like, why would you go to someone in the middle of an exam and be like, have you thought of dropping out? Like, why? What is wrong with you? Like, the boy was like so confused. Like, no, I haven't. I'm trying to to take my exams and get good grades. And like, why would you say this? I don't know. It was kind of weird. It was. I'm talking a lot about teachers today, but I don't know. Teachers always do things that are weird. So, yeah. Also, my German teacher, she was like an interesting woman, I would say. Um, at the end of 12th grade, she hated our whole class. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. She hated us. And this one boy was sitting next to me and we're like doing group projects. And she came over and was like, "Well, I want you to write a poem about some people, like, or some students you know, but it has to be like a mean poem. Like, be like, hey, big nose, you have to name them after their most prominent feature." And I was like, I'm not going to do this. That is bullying. Like, I talked to this boy next to me and I was like, I'm not going to do this. I don't think it's right. I don't want to do this. I don't want this to be done to me. And yeah, so I was sitting there, I was writing a poem, I think, about something else, and she was coming over and was like, "Well, you're not doing what I told you to do." And I was about to explain it to her why I didn't want to do it. And this other boy, who decided to agree with me, was like, "Well, this is just not what I need to figure out what he said exactly." He was like, "I'm above this." Like, he did not want to do this because he felt like he was too intelligent for it, I guess. And I was like, he did not just say like finals were like in 2 weeks, and I did not want to like get this woman angry at me. I had to take finals in her. Why would you say something like? And she get really mad at him. Like, what are you saying? Like, my exercises that I give you are not good enough for you? And he was like, yes. And I was like, and I just started writing and I just ignored her. Like, oh my god. And they literally fought. Like, they did not hit each other obviously, but they were discussing over this, like, I think for maybe 15 minutes. Like, it was so bad. And she hated him from then on. Like, it was the worst thing that he could have done. Like, why would you do this? It was so stupid. I was so like, I've never talked to him. I don't know what he's talking about. And it was so bad. It was so bad. I don't know. Also, what I want to talk about, like, nothing about school actually right now. I'm really busy. Like, if I do huge mistakes in my grammar and my speaking, basically, I know that I did some and I just didn't cut them out because I'm like in a hurry. Like, my best friend is going to pick me up in, I think, like 20 minutes, maybe 25. And I need to wash my hair because he wants to take some photos of us. He's like really into photography. And yeah, that's why I'm just like throwing this together really quickly. And I'm really sorry. It's like if the voiceover is like not my best English, but I don't know. It just, there was no other way. And I really need to wash my hair. This morning I was like, I don't need to wash my hair because I just washed it yesterday. But in the end, I forgot that I was going to take photos, so I have to wash my hair. I have? Do you say it like that? Yeah. So yeah, I really need to get ready. But so we have like 1 minute left, and I just want to talk about something real quick. I talked about this boy I had a crush on, and we went skiing together, like with the whole class, and it was so ridiculous. Like, it was so obvious that I was into him, and he was also into me, I guess. And I was like, I have never skied before, so he was like really good at it, and I have never done it. And I was like, well, once we're going to ski together, we're going to fall over, and he's going to fall onto me, and this is going to be my romantic first kiss, and it will be awesome and great. And yeah, we never went skiing together, just to throw this out there, so it was ridiculous. But yeah. Well, anyways, screenshots are coming really soon, and I hope you enjoyed this video, although it was not my best, I know, and I really apologize for it. So yeah, if you liked it, give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. And I will hopefully see you guys next time. So bye!